So it's a good little tip you guys should see. As we see FoRePLayy pick up a wonderful headshot before they will FoRePLayy. And FoRePLayy is continuing to dominate everyone right now.
What up, channel? It's FoRePLayy, and this is the Pro Scene number 37. Today's topic is actually how to play CTF. I had a question submitted by more than one person, actually, that was confused on how to play. And they said, can you go over when to rotate back and how to keep a flag cap lead? Because I always find my team losing or not being able to hold our 1-0 flag cap lead. So Sharp and myself are going to talk about this topic. And this is definitely a very opinionated topic because there's certain ways to play CTF. A lot of people are opposed to camping, other people aren't. So Sharp, you want to go ahead and talk about this, and then I'll give it my piece?
All right, well, to the part of how to hold a 1-0 lead or how to hold your lead, really on every map there's a place that you want to have someone holding down, and this is going to be one of your slayers using ACR holding down. On Dome, it is either hold down the hallway or hold down the outside crates, loading area. You want to stay on that side of the map. On Arcaden, whatever you want to call it, it's the B-Dom area, bar area, green. You want to be holding that down. On Lockdown, you want to kind of hold down the top hall. And then on Bootleg, you want to kind of hold down the platform area. Now,
yep.
you want to make sure you have your Slayers posted up, ACR in those positions. How you decide that on your team, we've discussed that in other episodes. But just make sure that you know who's doing that. You don't have too many people trying to do that because too many people camping in one area, that's how people get around you. If you have two people trying to hold down the crates or such and such. And then another thing I would say is, for example, on Dome, you don't need all your players pushing in going for the flag. You only need your support player and your objective player going inside loading. Say if you're spawning Dome side and you're running inside loading, you only need two players going in for the flag. You don't need everyone running in there. It's just going to be clustered up in a big mess.
Yeah, playing CTF can be frustrating at times, and I think there's more to it than a lot of people think. In my opinion, you need to be extremely smart in a lot of situations because you always need to try and think ahead. Example of that is people's spawns. Like on Bootleg, for example, if you're pushing green and you want to force a masseuse parlor side spawn on the end of the street, then you need to know where the cutoffs are for that. So you need to think ahead. Hey, if we get 3-4 down, we're going to force this spawn over there, and then we're going to focus on the cutoffs. Me being a support player, that's the first thing I'm thinking about is, hey, where's my first cutoff? Where's my first look? Where do I need to be set up to make sure my OBJ gets the flag straight down the middle or takes it plat side? Also, when to rotate back is something that is huge in CTF, especially MW3, because some of the maps you spawn so far away. I don't know if you guys played variant rules, which is just game battles rules like that, but there's a map like C-Town. If you're playing CTF on C-Town, you better not mess up at all because you spawn 6 miles away, and it's pretty much impossible. And also the bad side of Lockdown. Picture the bad side of Lockdown when you spawn backside useless. You got to make sure that you don't overextend because that's how you're going to give up more caps than you need to. Also, don't be afraid after a cap. If your team's effective in capping a flag, you can camp a little bit. You want to slow the game down to your pace. That's where the motto push up, lay down comes into play. Sharp and I, when we've teamed together, we live by that for MW2. It was inch by inch, just try to take over the map. You get a kill, push up, lay down. Push up, lay down. A lot of people get frustrated. They start making mistakes, and that turns into a chain reaction to caps. Keeping a cap lead can be extremely difficult too because everyone needs to play together and you cannot die all at the same time. Try and abuse the good side of maps. I know Sharp was going to touch on this, so I'll speak it for him. Good side of Lockdown, for example. The good side, I'm sure most of you guys know it, where you're pushing towards the art, not spawning towards the art side. You want to make sure that you abuse that side as heavily as you can. If you get it first, you want to make sure that you try to get a 3-cap lead because that's one of the maps that is extremely difficult to cap from the other side. Make sure that you abuse the good side of all maps. Terminal has a good side as well if you guys play that. Or pretty much a lot of the maps have a good side, and you didn't know what that good side is, abuse it. So the bad side, you kind of get to take a little pressure off of you and your team. Did you have anything else you want to say on that?
I would say if you were to take anything from this video, CTF wise, make sure that you're always pushing back on, unless there is, there are times when you should know as a CTF player when to push up, and that would be, say, if you know that everyone's on, in your spawn, they're pushed up, or there's 2 dead, or there's 3 dead, and then they have your flag, then that's when you can overextend. But every other time, always make sure you're pushing back because you don't want to get, you don't want to let the game get out of hand. You don't want them to just rack up 3 flags on you within a couple seconds because they can do that if you get careless and just start pushing up and let them get you in a spawn trap.
Yeah, kills in CTF are huge, and the reason they're big is because one kill, like if they kill you when you're posted up in bottom art on lockdown, then that could result into a cap because all it takes is 1 or 2 kills, the OBJ gets out, and then all of a sudden like Sharp said, it starts like a chain reaction. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna do it unless you have anything else.
No, that's pretty much it.
All right, as always, guys, I hope these are helping. Please submit your questions to my inbox or via Twitter. This is FoRePLayy from Team Envious and the FoRePLayy gang.
The Sharp Team Fear and the Mullet Nation.
Peace.
Peace.